Today is February 21st, and as usual, I'll take a look at the newest items in Halo Infinite store and determining whether or not they're worth your money. So again, Magpies, I'm Magpie, and let's jump straight in. Now, obviously, first things first, we need to cover this week's ultimate reward. Players can unlock themselves the Sentry stance, which I do believe is one of the nicer ones. It gives your spawn a quite tactical look, and I do think it's a pretty cool stance. But if it's just cool screenshots you're after in the menu, then you don't really need to go for this one. Anyway, moving over to the store, I think this is another pretty solid week. We have some cool price reductions and the return of a pretty nice armor set. But first things first, we have the Wheat CEDAR set. This gives you 5 vehicle coatings, one for the Warthog, Rocktog, Razorback, Mongoose and Gungoose, for only 100 credits. Now, I don't like the vehicle coating. Honestly, I don't really care about this bundle. But for 100 credits, I can admit, it's a pretty solid deal. If you play big team battle quite often, or just find yourself on maps that use vehicles relatively often, then this is a solid one to go for, especially if you like the coatings, or if you're just looking to expand your vehicle coating library. Next up is the MALTESE MAYHEM weapon set. I do believe this was on the store a couple of weeks ago, but this is a great bundle. It costs 800 credits and gives you 7 items. You get the Type 2P flash hider for the battle rifle. This makes it look a little bit more in line with its prior incarnations. You also get the crit point shroud weapon model for the sidekick. This is my personal favourite for this weapon. It makes the gun look so much cooler. You also get the Type 2A barrel shroud for the assault rifle, which also looks great, and then you get the MALTESE MAYHEM weapon coating for the battle rifle, assault rifle, sidekick, and commando. This one overall isn't one of my favourites, but I do think it is a decent coating that does make your weapon stand out just a little bit more. And for 800 credits, I do think this is a solid deal, especially for the weapon models themselves. Next up is the return of the Perfect Circle armor effect. This one is a relatively popular one. It says holographic halo ring above your spawn's head, and it only costs 150 credits, so once again, I think this is a decent deal. And then finally, the big bundle this week is the return of the Warmaster armor set. Again, I love this bundle, I love this helmet, and for 1,200 credits, I don't think it's a terrible offer. Obviously, you could make the comparison that Soldier was only 700 a couple of weeks ago, but I don't think that makes Warmaster any less worth it. In this bundle, you get 12 items: the Warmaster helmet, the Blue Ash armor coating, the Trail Watch attachment for the Warmaster helmet. This can also be used on Firefall. You also get the Draken Ordnance Pack chest piece for your Mark 7 spawn, the Chaka shoulder pads, the Flex Point gloves, the Project Step Sweep wrist attachment, which is definitely the best for this core, and then you get the Fireteam Grizzly armor emblem, nameplate vehicle emblem, and weapon emblem. As a whole, again, I think this is a solid bundle. Some of the armor pieces are great. Like I said, you can also use the attachment on Firefall, so if you want an attachment for your Firefall helmet, this is a decent deal. I also think these are some of the better shoulder pads for the Mark 7 core. Not a fan of the coating or the chest piece, but as a whole, I think it's a decent armor set. On a quick side note, the Big Team Social playlist is also back this week, which I think is a pretty good thing. It doesn't take long for normal BTB to get pretty stale, so I'm glad to see this playlist has returned. Anyway folks, that sums up everything on the store this week. Will you be picking up any of these bundles? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.